Well, after a Nero and a zero in beautiful little town of Burney at the Shasta Pines Hotel, we're back on trail. Fellow hikers out there, even just people who are passing through Burney, can't recommend the hotel enough. Jessica, the manager, is fantastic. The rates are by like $30 a night, the best in town. And all sorts of amenities. Jessica gave us a ride out to the road this morning, and Happy Feet and Gravity, which is Livy's new trail name, they were at the hotel with me, which was great. Got to eat dinner and just sit outside and chat a bunch. Well, I had a couple of sweethearts. I've only got about 8.5 miles up to Burney Falls State Park. I'm gonna camp there and then get out early in the morning. Today is June 28th. It is my brother's birthday. He's so old. I like to give him crap every year because for about 20 days he's 4 years older than I am. And then I catch up to him in 20 days when it's my birthday. He's at home taking care of our 91-year-old mom. So my hat's off to him. Love him. And hoping to finish everything up and get back to him. Always love walking towards gunshots in the woods. I heard a rapid set earlier, a few minutes ago. I didn't get my phone out in time. They're up here right ahead of me somewhere. Here's hoping I don't catch a stray bullet. Or an intended bullet. They're just right up ahead here. Way too close to the trail for comfort. Really hope they're shooting away from the trail. I'm just gonna keep the video rolling in case I need documentation of how I died. Fresh tire tracks. No, they're there. Hey, Jesus. What's up, folks? Doing all right. I'm glad you pointed that way. Yeah. I'm like, hoping I'm not catching a stray bullet or an intended one. Nice. Have a great one. What's that?
How long have you been on the trail for?
Since Mexico, so jeez. Almost 50 days.
50 days? Nice.
All right, take care. Yeah, they're sitting right on the trail. A At least they're shooting away from the trail. Jesus. Criminally. Having survived the firing range, I hope the girls were past it and didn't freak out. I'm sure they didn't, and I'm sure everything's fine. So we're Highway 299 down there at 6.7 miles. No motorized vehicles on the trail. So sweet, 6.7 means I got 1.3-ish. I got, oh my gosh, that's so cool. 1,233 miles to Canada. That's a damn long way. That is a long way. I'm here at the junction, going down the path to Burney Falls. I'm a big fan of wooden bridges and rivers. And creeks that are flowing like rivers. Taking the 0.3 mile path down to base of the falls here at Burney Falls. Woo, I can already feel it. Moist air coming off. It's chilly. Look how blue the water is. Still all down there. Ooh, I'm getting misty. All right, here's proof. I made it to Burney Falls. I didn't just green screen this. Just like falls off to the side over there. It's nuts. Freaking really, really cool. I wish it was a little warmer. I'd go for a swim. But no. Vortex bad at Burney Falls. Like an 8 mile day in here, almost 9. Saw Simless last night. Old trail fam guy for a little bit there in SoCal. Fantastic guy. He got in, maybe 10 others who were Sobo. They all did like 24 to 28 yesterday. And they all beat me out of camp this morning. Kept me up too late, made me drink beer. I mean, that's a challenge, right? Yeah, and then I was like, well, I'm already here. I should have breakfast. And I should update social media since there's Wi-Fi. I should stay on the trail right now. It's what I really should do. So, yeah, it's 11 a.m. And at some point here, everyone's saying the tread is fantastic for like most of the way to Dunsmuir. So at some point here, I'll get a good stride going and make up a little time, but it's not going to be a giant day. You know, probably 15 if I'm lucky, you know, leaving at almost noon. So fortunately, it's going to be mostly wooded. So while my battery, solar charger and battery combo won't really be as efficient, I will be happy to have some cool weather. It's not that warm. Light breeze going. Yeah, just a good time. Had just a really nice made fire ring last night at the campground. Tall, taller than most I've seen, which allowed us to just get a ridiculous bed of coals going, and they had firewood for sale, which some of the other hikers grabbed, and yeah, we had a great time. Burney Falls is beautiful. You should come here. Car camping, little cabins you can rent. The falls is nice. Lots of cool little trails around. You know, it's touristy, but whatever. The general store is really nice. Visitor center's kind of okay. I mean, it's got some interesting info. So there you have it. I enjoyed it more than I should have, but here we are. Onward down the trail we go. Example of what can be tough visually for me is mostly clear of rocks, this whole section, but you know, every once in a while there's a off slanted rock, or offset rock slanting in the trail. Like there's some rocks right here. You know, if you don't see them and put your foot down, it's really easy to roll your feet. Now, if it was windy in here right now, and all the leaves, the shadows of them were moving, it would be infinitely more difficult to see. You can see that. Sometimes it's difficult for me to see the trail itself in these situations. So just thought I'd document it on an easy section for me to walk. If the tread was really, really rocky, or all rocks like it can be at times, that's where I'll slow down. Stuff like this, again, I'm walking slow right now just to not huff and puff and just starting today. And, you know, so I can get this filmed well and not actually trip. I'm paying attention. But yeah, if it's all rocks and it's shadowed in the wind and the shadows are moving, and then if you throw a downhill, you're doing all of this on a downhill with any significant elevation descent, then that's really the toughest, is to discern, you know, all of the surfaces and where I'm going to step and what the physical reaction to my step is going to be to what's actually there versus what I visually perceived. Thought I'd give that perspective. It seemed like a good spot to do it and chat about it. So we've been walking along Burney Lake. It's not a big lake. And we've gotten to the dam. The flow coming out of that. Sweet. Walked our way down to the top of the dam here, and you're like, is that the PCT? Is that the PCT? Is that? I think we walked across the top. I will check my navigation before I walk a bunch of feet out of the way, though. You can go down there and walk around. Warning signs are like, you're an idiot if you walk down here. Caution, water, swift currents, don't be a dummy. I think that's what it should say. People might get it. So I made the little climb out of Burney Falls. Be some nice level flat trail here before we get to the bigger climb of the day. Thought I'd give it a little look at the forest. See the trees? My ongoing search to figure out what to eat with my lunch meats and cheeses, I found Alfaro's Artisanal bread. It's basically Wonder bread on steroids, thick cut. Yeah, it gets a little smashy, whatever. It's like a good pillow, you just puff it back up. This stuff is yum-y. I had 2 pieces last night with the prosciutto that I had bought. Oh, I'm never buying that again for trail. I'm glad I was at camp when I did it because it all had individually packaged pieces of plastic between it. What a pain in the butt to carry that out it would have been. Plus, I don't think that, even though it wasn't in the refrigerated section of the store, I think it's supposed to be, because it was only out like half a day and it didn't stand up well. And then I've got some salami with today's, and some Monterey Jack cheese. The individual slices, the regular kind you buy with the paper in between them, I don't think that's going to hold up well either. So, but I didn't have any baby bells. No, excuse me, I'm burpy because of the salami. Anyway, that's lunch for today. Woohoo! It has been an all-day climb. Well, since 11 something when I finally left Burney Falls. Turned into rainforesty up here. Probably should have recorded the previous section. It was all ferns. Ferns everywhere. Getting late in the day. It's a little after 7 p.m. Done about 17 miles. Most of it uphill. Not horrible uphill, but just constant. Some of it a little tough, but not bad. Really pretty up here. It's a bird fight. Scared the crap out of me when they started fighting as I was walking up. I don't know what kind of birds they are. Ground dwellers. Maybe those flippers. I forget what the first name was that I saw in the visitor center. Maybe they're just quail. Maybe they're dinner. They're not dinner. That's true. Freaking deer flies are out a little bit. One was bothering me over at lunch. I finally shoot him away, and he landed on my hat that was next to me. That was a bad move, Mr. Deerfly. He is no longer with us. I don't like killing bugs even anymore, but deer flies aren't really bugs. They're more the spawn of Satan with teeth. So, back at a dirt road, some random dirt road in the PCT. I was sitting down in the shade taking a break. Who happens upon me but Ritz and Navi, the girls that we met at Islip Saddle, coming out of Little Jimmy Campground. They flipped up north and are going Ashland south. They've hooked up with a guy named Beer Man, and I feel so bad. There was another guy, I met him on the first his first night of the trail, my second. He was with him now too. And they were like, holy crap, look what we found out in the middle of the woods. They sat down and we chatted for about a half an hour. Took a longer break than intended, but I'm glad I don't think you can see me at all with the sun behind me, but don't worry, shade's coming. It's Northern California. Shade's not far from anything. But really, that's all I was gonna say on here was it was really nice to see them. They're looking strong. Where they camped last night at Moosehead Creek, they said a deer ate into one of their tents while they slept in it. I think that was Ritz. And then I think it was Beer Man who had mouse eat through his pack to get to food. So hopefully my gear can get away unscathed. Again, most of my food is in odor-proof sacks. 2 of them, one inside another, so it should be double odor-proof. But I might be a little more careful tonight with taking stuff out of my hip belt pockets and things like that. Just to, because I don't want a deer eating in my tent. I mean, Bambi'd have to pay the price. Then there'd be free venison for everybody. All right, well, this trail's got some rocks and roots and uneven parts. So I'm gonna put you back in my pocket. Love is like this. Beautiful. Tiptoe through the tulips. I know they're not tulips. This is what standing rest feels like in a cool breeze. This is really cool. We're walking along a ridge between these two valleys. There's a lot of it's occluded by trees, so you can't see it, but that's a decent sized valley. This is the deeper valley. And there's just the saddle in between. Happy Canada Day, July 1st. Didn't get a picture of my camp down there. Beautiful little camp. Right next to this beautiful little spring coming across the trail. This is all snow melt. There is snow ahead of us this morning. Somewhere. I think it's like 3 miles up. I'm not terribly worried about it, but we'll see what it is. Don't fall over the edge. Don't fall at all. This granite right here is all super thin wafers. It's wafa thin. Meaning of life. Dad, I couldn't possibly have another bite. I'd burst. Hey, come on, it's just enough to dynamite. It's only wafa thin. Oh, all right then. If you haven't seen it, you're missing out. All right. Anyway, snow's not that bad this morning. Very little of it. Just enough to eat and to put on top of my head. What do you guys think? I think a snow dome. Little light on videos today because I can't charge my battery because I yanked the cord out. Well, the tree yanked the cord out. Anyway, I kind of thought I should get this. I saw Ernst back there somewhere. Guy from Holland. He's like, oh, you did not recognize me. Like I told you, I'm blind. I'm so tired of trying to explain it to people. And then if I don't, they just assume I'm a jerk and don't like them or something. I don't know. All right, I'm gonna have sweet tart. Put myself back in a good mood. Big one. Both of them. Sweet tart and a good mood. We got like 4 miles to camp. If I decide to camp there. Southbound. What you doing, little buck? Hi, guy. Sorry I scared you. Bitty bitty bitty. Bitty bitty. You gonna run along? All right. And good morning, folks. It is July 2nd. Leaving camp, from which I forgot to take a picture again of my setup. It's a nice little camp at alongside Deer Creek. Out here, 37.6 miles from Interstate 5. Camp next to Deer Creek. Aptly named. There are deer everywhere out here. Second night in a row to camp like that. Second night in a row where they didn't bother me at all. But they are lurking. Cute little guys, gals. Like I said, 37.6 miles to Interstate 5, which leads to Dunsmuir and Shasta and Castella if you're going that direction. I'm hoping to do at least a 20 today to give me a good shot at making it in the next day. How's it feel? The hooves on the other foot. All right, well, I lost Bambi, so we're at Centipede Gulch. I know Deer Creek flows into this. We've been following, oh, look out. We've been following that all morning. And a lot of yesterday. Whew. I love me some bridges. This daddy. You don't want to be crossing that on some wet rocks. You're going to be crossing that on your butt, going downstream, trying to get to shore. Don't drop the phone. Ooh, look how pretty. Wow. Look at that. I wonder how far you can inner tube down this thing. Look at that. That is just... Ooh, the bridge is bouncy. Let's get off before it falls down. Ooh, bridge is seeing a little stress. Let's see any other breaks. Oh, so convenient log on which I sit. It was going across the trail, and I'm like, you know what? If I gotta go over you, I'm gonna take a break on you. And I did. Just like SoCal. You're walking through one kind of jungle 1 minute, and we're just above it, but then you get these crazy cool rock formations above. Moss all over them. Trees growing out of them, so yeah. Those rocks will fall at some point. I mean, they all do. There's a lot of cheery thoughts, I think, today in my clips. None of us gets out of here alive. This is fresh work right here. Sure bet. I'm guessing a boulder fell and was sitting right there, and now it's not. Well, now it's sitting all over the place. July 3rd, 2019, a day that shall go down in infamy as the day that James was crapped on from a bird at about 100 feet. What the hell kind of aim was that? Boo! Boom! I was sitting right there, putting on my shoes and socks after having washed my feet finally. And he pooped right in my head. You bastard. It has been that kind of last few days. Let's see. I still have poop in my hair? Probably. Somewhere in there. I tried to wipe most of it. I had some in my ear. Freaking bird. You're way up there, jerk face. Crapped on by a bird. They say it's good luck, right? Only those who've been crapped on by a bird say that. Freaking annoying. It is pretty out here this morning, though. Yay. Here we are at Squaw Valley Creek. Flowing mightily. Then you come over to this side. And you're like, oh my God. I want to jump in down there somewhere and then get eaten by mosquitoes. I'm going to take a break, but we'll see what happens. Well, on this beautiful Independence Day, I'm in Castle Crag State Park. Was getting ready, I was almost, batteries are all dead, like out of power. Phone's got a little bit left. And I was about to take a road walk just to be quicker. And then I'm like, you know what, don't be a lazy jerk. Maybe there's good views down here or something. And boom. There's the Crossroads Hostel information, 1.5 miles down Soda Creek Road, a logbook, uh-oh, and beers. Simpler times. Back in the days were simple. Woohoo, it's a lager. I'm gonna drink it when I get down to the river. Yay, for being rewarded for not taking a shortcut. Woohoo.